You're intimidated by successful men because you're poor. That's why you don't want me around my boss." She screamed after I questioned their late-night meetings. I said, "Understood." Packed my things and left. Sent the screenshots of her texts with her boss to HR the next day. She got fired and called me crying. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. The late-night meeting started about 3 months before everything fell apart. Lauren and I had been together for 2 years, living in my apartment for the past 8 months. We split rent 50-50, split groceries, split everything. It worked. She was a marketing associate at a consulting firm. I was a senior analyst at a tech company. We made roughly similar money, had similar lifestyles, got along well. Then Derek became her new boss. Derek was the VP of marketing, late 30s, expensive suits, drove a Tesla, the whole package. Married, though I didn't know that mattered at the time. Lauren started mentioning him constantly. Derek thinks we should pivot the campaign strategy. Derek says the client presentation needs more data visualization. Derek wants me to take lead on the new account. At first, I was happy for her. She seemed energized about work, engaged, excited about the project she was doing. Good boss. I figured someone who recognized her talent. Then came the late meetings. I'm going to be home late tonight. Derek needs help preparing for tomorrow's pitch. Don't wait up. We've got a client dinner that'll probably run past 10. Working late again, sorry. Derek wants to review the quarterly reports. Once a week became twice a week, became 3-4 times a week. Always with Derek, always running late, always coming home after I was already in bed. I noticed other changes too. New clothes, more expensive, more revealing. Skirts that were shorter, blouses that were lower cut. I need to look professional, she said when I commented. This is a competitive industry. Her phone became a fortress. Used to leave it lying around, face up on the counter. Now it was always face down, always within reach, always with her. If I walked into a room while she was texting, she'd tilt the screen away or quickly close whatever she was looking at. Privacy is important, she said when I mentioned it. I don't read your messages, do I? She started coming home smelling different. Not perfume. Cologne. Men's cologne, not mine. Derek wears a lot of cologne, she explained once when I brought it up. The office just smells like it. It gets on everyone's clothes. I wanted to believe her. Wanted to think I was being paranoid, insecure, the jealous boyfriend who couldn't handle his girlfriend having a male boss. So I pushed the doubts down and tried to be supportive. Then one night about 2 weeks ago, I saw the messages. It was late, maybe 11 o'clock. Lauren was in the shower after another late meeting. Her phone was on the kitchen counter, screen up for once. I was making coffee for the morning when it lit up with a notification. Derek, missing you already. Tonight was perfect. I stared at that message, at the briefcase emoji next to his name, at missing you already and tonight was perfect. The phone was unlocked. She must have forgotten to lock it when she put it down. I didn't plan what happened next. My hands just moved. I opened the message thread and started scrolling. Weeks of messages, flirty emojis, late-night texts. Can't stop thinking about you. When can I see you again? My wife's out of town this weekend. I took photos with my own phone. Just enough to show the pattern, nothing explicit. They were careful about that, but clearly inappropriate. Clearly more than professional. I was putting my phone away when I heard the shower turn off. I set her phone back exactly where it had been. Screen off this time. She came out in a towel, smiling. Hey, babe. Hey, I said. She picked up her phone, checked it, smiled at whatever she saw, then locked it and carried it to the bedroom. I didn't sleep that night. Just lay there next to her, staring at the ceiling, my phone heavy in my pocket with evidence of what she'd been doing. I didn't know what to do with it yet. Part of me wanted to confront her immediately. Part of me wanted to pretend I'd never seen anything. Part of me was just trying to process the fact that the person I'd been building a life with was having an affair with her married boss. I decided to wait. Watch. See what happened next. Wednesday night, I came home from work around 6 o'clock. Lauren was in the bedroom getting ready. Makeup, hair, nice dress. Going somewhere? I asked from the doorway. She glanced at me in the mirror. Late meeting. Derek needs me to help with a presentation at 6 p.m. It's for a client tomorrow morning. We need to finalize everything tonight. On a Wednesday night? She turned to face me and I could see the defensiveness already forming. Yes, Marcus, on a Wednesday night. That's how jobs work sometimes. You've had a lot of late meetings with Derek lately. He's my boss. That's literally my job. 3, 4 times a week. We're working on a major account. What's with the third degree? I leaned against the door frame. Just seems like a lot of nights. Are you serious right now? She put down her makeup brush. You're going to give me a steam about working late? I'm not giving you soon. I'm asking a question. No, you're implying something. Just say what you want to say. I took a breath. Is something going on with you and Derek? Her face went red. Oh my God, here we go. It's a simple question. It's an insulting question. You're accusing me of cheating because I'm dedicated to my career. I'm asking because you're out late multiple nights a week. You're on your phone constantly. You come home smelling like someone else's cologne. You're keeping track of what I smell like? That's insane. Lauren, no. She stood up, voice rising. You know what this is really about? You're intimidated by him. I blinked. What? You're intimidated by successful men. That's what this is. You can't handle that. I work with someone at Derek's level. His level? Yes. Derek is a VP. He makes $500,000 a year. He drives a Tesla. He wears Tom Ford suits. He's actually going somewhere in his career. Her voice was shaking with anger now. You make what? 82,000. You drive a Honda. You're intimidated because he shows you what real success looks like. The words landed like punches, not because they hurt, but because they were so absurd, so clearly deflection masquerading as attack. So that's what this is about, she continued. You're jealous and you're trying to control me because you're insecure about being poor compared to him. I just looked at her. This woman I'd been with for 2 years, who I'd built a life with, who I'd loved, screaming at me that I was poor and jealous because I questioned her late-night meetings with her married boss. Understood, I said quietly. She stopped, thrown by my calm. What? I understand. I'm intimidated by successful men because I'm poor. Got it. Finally, she grabbed her purse. So stop questioning me about work. I'm going to be late. I'm not going to question you anymore, I said. She paused at the door, seemed satisfied with that. Good. I'll be home late. Don't wait up. The door closed behind her. I stood there in the bedroom for a long moment. Then I went to the closet and pulled out my duffel bag. It took about an hour to pack everything essential. Clothes, toiletries, laptop, important documents, the things that were mine. I left the furniture. Most of it was mine too, but I didn't care. I just wanted out. I left a note on the kitchen counter, handwritten on a piece of paper. Lauren, you're right. I am intimidated by successful men. Too intimidated to stay with someone who has late-night meetings with one. I've moved out. My half of next month's rent is paid. Figure out the rest yourself. Marcus. I left my key next to the note, grabbed my bag, and drove to my friend Jason's place across town. You can stay as long as you need, Jason said when I explained what happened. Spare room's yours. Thanks. It'll just be a few days while I find a place. Take your time, man. Seriously. That night, around 2 in the morning, my phone buzzed with texts. Where are you? This is ridiculous. Come home. You're being a child. I blocked her number and went to sleep. Thursday, I went to work like normal. Focused on my projects. Avoided thinking about the apartment I was no longer going to. That night, I started looking at new places online. Friday morning, I sat in my car in the office parking lot and created a new email address. Anonymous. Untraceable. Then I wrote the message, to whom it may concern. I am reporting an inappropriate relationship between VP Derek Morrison and his direct report Lauren Shun. Attached are screenshots showing unprofessional communications that suggest a romantic and/or sexual relationship between a supervisor and subordinate. This violates company policy regarding workplace relationships and creates a hostile work environment. I am reporting this anonymously due to concerns about retaliation. Please investigate this matter urgently. I attached the photos I'd taken of her text messages, clear enough to show the pattern, the flirtation, the personal nature of their relationship. Then I found the email addresses for her company's HR department and Derek's direct supervisor, both publicly listed on the company website. I sent the email, then I deleted the account. That weekend I stayed with Jason, looked at apartments, tried not to think about what was happening at Lauren's company. I'd done what I needed to do. Now it was out of my hands. Monday morning, I was in a meeting when I got an email from an unknown address. I almost deleted it as spam, but the subject line caught my eye. You destroyed my life. It was from Lauren using a personal email I didn't have blocked. I know what you did. HR called me in this morning. They showed me screenshots of my texts with Derek. I know it was you who sent them. How could you? I just got fired, Marcus. Fired over nothing. We weren't even sleeping together. You ruined my career because you were jealous. I deleted the email without responding. My phone rang an hour later. Unknown number. I answered without thinking. They fired me. Lauren's voice was hysterical, crying. HR fired me. Someone sent them screenshots of my texts with Derek and they fired me. I said nothing. I know it was you. You did this. You ruined my career. I didn't ruin anything, I said quietly. You did that yourself. I wasn't even sleeping with him. We were just flirting. It didn't mean anything. Just flirting with your married boss at 2:00 in the morning. You're vindictive. You destroyed my entire life over nothing. I didn't destroy your life, Lauren. I sent evidence of policy violations to the appropriate department. They made their decision based on their own investigation. I can't get another job in this industry now. Everyone will know. Derek's wife is telling everyone what happened. His wife works there too. Did you know that? She found out and she's making sure I'm blacklisted. That sounds difficult, I said. I hope you figure it out. Please. Her voice cracked. Marcus, please. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. We can work through this. I'll do anything. No, we can't. I'll do anything. Lauren, you called me poor and pathetic for questioning your late nights with your married boss. You made your choice. Now I'm making mine. I hung up. Blocked that number too. Over the next few weeks, I heard updates through mutual friends. Lauren couldn't find work in consulting. Derek's wife had apparently made sure word got around about what happened. She had to move back in with her parents in the suburbs. Derek resigned to avoid being terminated. His wife filed for divorce. I didn't feel good about any of it. Didn't feel triumphant. Didn't feel vindicated. Just felt relieved. Relieved to be out of something that had become toxic. Relieved to have clarity instead of confusion. I found a new apartment. Better than the old one, actually. 1 bedroom in a good neighborhood. Close to work. Signed the lease and moved in within 2 weeks of leaving. Jason's cousin Emily came over to help me unpack boxes one Saturday. She was a graphic designer. Funny. Easy to talk to. We'd met at a dinner party at Jason's place a week earlier. This is a nice place, she said, looking around. Good light. Yeah, I got lucky with the timing. We ordered pizza, drank beer, talked about everything and nothing. At the end of the night, she said, "This was fun. Want to grab coffee sometime? Like actually a date coffee, not just friends coffee." Yeah, I said. I'd really like that. We started seeing each other casually. No pressure, no expectations. She had her own career, her own apartment, her own life. We just enjoyed spending time together. 2 months after I'd left Lauren, I was at a coffee shop near my new apartment on a Saturday morning. I'd just ordered when I heard a familiar voice. Marcus. I turned. Lauren was standing there with 2 people I recognized as her parents. She looked terrible. Thinner, dark circles under her eyes, hair that needed washing. Hey, I said neutrally. Her parents gave me cold looks and went to order. Lauren stepped closer. Can we talk, please? Not really interested. I lost everything, she said, voice low and urgent. My job, my apartment, my reputation. Derek won't even speak to me. His wife destroyed me in the industry. I can't get hired anywhere. That's unfortunate. You did this. You sent those screenshots because you were jealous of him. I sent screenshots of policy violations to HR. They investigated and made their decision based on company policy. Over jealousy. You were jealous and vindictive. I wasn't jealous, Lauren. I just didn't want to be with someone who was having an affair. We weren't having an affair. The text said otherwise. Missing you already. Tonight was perfect. When can I see you again? That's not a professional relationship. She was crying now. Mascara running. I made a mistake. One mistake. You destroyed my entire life over it. You called me poor and pathetic for questioning your late-night meetings with a married man. You chose him. You chose to violate your company's policies. I just made sure the right people knew about it. I hope you're happy, she spat. The door opened behind me. Emily walked in, saw me, smiled, and came over. Hey, sorry I'm late. Parking was impossible. She handed me my coffee that had just been called, then noticed Lauren. "Oh, hi." Lauren stared at her. "You're already with someone else." "Yeah," I said. "That was fast. It's been 2 months. You were texting your boss at 2 a.m. while we were together." "I'd say I'm behind schedule." Emily looked between us. She pieced together who Lauren was. She took my hand. Lauren's face twisted. "I hope you're happy together." I looked at her directly. "I am. For the first time in months, I actually am." I walked out with Emily. Didn't look back. In the car, Emily asked if I was okay. "Yeah, I'm good." "That was your ex?" "Yeah. She seems like she's having a rough time. She made her choices. That's not my problem anymore." Emily squeezed my hand. "Fair enough." For months after I left, Emily and I were official and serious. She was everything Lauren hadn't been. Honest. Straightforward. Someone who had her own life and career and didn't need me to validate her worth. I heard through the grapevine that Lauren eventually found work at a smaller firm for significantly less money. Still living with her parents, Derek had moved to a different city to get away from the fallout of his divorce. I didn't follow up. Didn't care. That chapter was closed. One night, Emily and I were cooking dinner at my place. Her idea. She loved to cook and insisted we split the grocery bill. "Exactly. Can I ask you something?" she said while chopping vegetables. "Sure. Do you ever think about her?" "Your ex." I thought about it honestly. Sometimes. Not in a what-if way. More like a glad that's over way. She smiled. "Good answer. What made you ask?" "Just making sure you're not hung up on the past. Because I really like where this is going." "Me too." She went back to cooking. I watched her for a moment. This person who showed up as herself. Who didn't play games. Didn't manipulate. Didn't attack me when I asked honest questions. Who split checks and grocery bills because she believed in being a partner, not a dependent. Lauren had called me poor and intimidated because I questioned her affair. Turned out I wasn't intimidated by successful men at all. I was just unwilling to be gaslit by someone who thought success meant you could violate your company's ethics policies and betray your partner without consequences. She learned the hard way that some lines once crossed can't be uncrossed, and some men, once they see who you really are, won't stick around to watch you pretend to be someone else. I'd made the right choice. Walking away with my dignity intact was worth more than any amount of money Derek made. And finding someone like Emily who valued honesty and partnership over status and manipulation was worth everything. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.